Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, September 6th, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. Thursday marks the first day of school for Norwood. Students from all schools were met with smiles from the faculty as the district prepares for another exciting school year. For more, let's catch up with Cleveland School Principal Nancy Coppola.
We're looking forward to a wonderful school year here at the Cleveland. It was so great to see all the students this morning. Everybody's dressed, ready to go, and has smiles on their faces. That's all we could ask for. Have a great year.
Students at Norwood High School were greeted by teachers with a special individual message to start the school year on the right foot.
Today we did something a little bit special to welcome our students back to Norwood High School for the 2019-20 school year. If you recall, last year we greeted them with positive signs, with positive messages. Today we wanted all of our students to get the same message, an individual one from an individual staff member. So we had these You Matter stickers, and we wanted to let every student know on a personal level how much they matter. So each teacher had a sheet of about 10 of them, and we sought out at least 10 students, each adult, to be able to let them know how much they matter. The idea is also reciprocal, because when it's on you and someone looks at it, it lets them know they matter too. So it's really part of our effort to spread positivity throughout Norwood High School, get the school year off on a great start, and let our students know that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here doing this job. So that's how much they matter to us. Also, we ditched the formal wear today, so our admin team, also at the Coakley, I believe, has our Choose to Be Nice t-shirts on, and really want to spread that message of kindness and positivity. That's what we're all about here. We have a lot of new students joining us, a huge freshman class, and a lot of transfer students as well. So we want to welcome them with that positive message and encourage students to reach out to someone that they might not otherwise have done so. So kicking the school year off on a great note, we look forward to a really great year.
Eastern equine encephalitis, also known as Triple E, is a mosquito-borne illness that has become a major concern all over Massachusetts during the past few weeks. A number of towns in Norfolk County have been put on critical, high, and moderate risk for this disease. Towns in the critical and high risk categories are even canceling nighttime activities, which is considered the most vulnerable time period to contract the disease. For more on some preventative measures to take, we go to the Director of the Health Department, Sigal Reese.
Eastern equine encephalitis, or Triple E, is a rare but serious disease caused by a virus that can affect people of all ages. Triple E is spread to humans through the bite of a mosquito infected with the virus. The types of mosquitoes most likely to transmit Triple E infections are likely to be searching for food at dusk. Things you can do to protect yourself include using repellents according to their label, ensuring your window screens are in good repair, and wearing clothing that covers your skin while you're outdoors, especially at dusk. As of September 5th, Norwood has been categorized as moderate risk, meaning residents should wear mosquito repellent, long sleeves and pants, and avoid areas with high mosquito activity. Both Norfolk County Mosquito Control and the state are monitoring mosquito traps to measure the level of risk in communities. Some surrounding towns have higher levels because of more positive mosquito traps that have been identified with Triple E, or animals or humans that have been diagnosed with Triple E. The information is constantly changing, so please make sure to stay informed. The town will be notifying residents on social media if the risk levels changes. If Norwood is elevated to high or critical levels, we will start to discuss adjusting, canceling outdoor activities, but at this time we are still at moderate risk levels and encourage residents to take personal measures, such as wearing mosquito repellent. There is a lot more information on the town website under the Health Department page, including links to updated mosquito sample results and community risk levels.
Stay tuned after this break for a public schools summer recap and for this week's Living Local.
Thank you for watching Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
Welcome back. Well, school is officially back in session, but not everyone had the summer off. There are a lot of things that happened around the school district during the summer that people may be unaware of. To recap some of those things, we go to Superintendent Dr. Thompson.
It kind of comes under two phases. One is kind of wrapping up and rolling up from the previous year, and the other is ramping up for the upcoming year. So wrapping up includes everything from financials, closing out the year. We kind of have a end of June 30, rolling all of the financial information, the new budget in, but closing out the books from the previous year. The other piece is state and federal reporting. There's several state and federal reports that have got to be done before the end of the year, especially around discipline, restraint, all sorts of things along that line. And those end on June 30, and we have to report them out in early July. Then we quickly and simultaneously shift into the ramping up, which the main part of that is around, first of all, kind of cleaning and doing a deep dive into all of our buildings. We have an incredible buildings and ground staff and custodial staff, and they take basically every single room apart, scrub it from top to bottom. Usually what happens with the summer maintenance projects happen because it's easier to get them done and it's safer to get them done without students in the room. So get the buildings ready for the kids to come in. Then we have to order all the supplies and all those sorts of things for the next year out of the next year's budget, which starts on July 1. So that is a process that starts, and then we get them all in August, and we have to get all the things in the right place. And the other big piece is hiring, making sure we, sometimes you have retirements, you have expanded programming, you have students who come in with certain needs that need to be filled, and those are mandated either by federal or state law. So we have to make sure we have the people in place to be ready when the kids walk in. Then there's the whole finalizing of professional development, training through the year, all of those sorts of things that kind of start in the spring but really come to fruition. Contracts signed for trainers and people to come in and do the training and provide the service. So it's less busy in that you're not working with the students and the teachers as much, but it is a very busy time for administrators as far as closing out and getting ready for the next year.
Do you like sweets? How about ice cream? Of course you do. On this week's Living Local, we visit an establishment in town that has been in business since the turn of the 20th century.
Furlong's Candies and Ice Cream has been a staple in Norwood since the turn of the 20th century. Nancy Thrasher, the current owner, continues the tradition.
Personally, as one of the owners for 5 years, my family's owned it since 1980, and I've worked here on and off all those years. And then we've been around since 1929, so this is our 90th year in business.
Located at 1355 Boston Providence Highway in Norwood, Furlong's wasn't always on the popular Auto Mile.
The original location was beside the cinema in downtown Norwood, and then in 1960, he opened this location also, Tom Furlong, and then in 1966, I believe, he closed that location, and this has been the sole location since then.
Customers searching for a sweet treat or a special gift will have plenty to choose from when they walk through the door.
We offer lots of homemade chocolates here, creams, turtles, our stem cherries are one of our specialties. We've got lots of mints and just a great assortment of chocolates. We also have a nice selection of sugar-free chocolates for people that need that. But we also have great options for giftware. We've got hard candy, we've got the gummy bears, the jelly beans, that type of thing, and a lot of gift items.
Candy isn't the only specialty that Furlong's offers. With over 40 flavors of ice cream to choose from, it will cool you off on that hot summer day.
We've always served ice cream, and actually at the location by the Norwood Theater, they had an old-fashioned ice cream bar that people could sit at, and then the ice cream was brought up here also. And we now carry Richardson's ice cream, and they have a following. So people love Richardson's ice cream. So we've got 41 flavors, I believe, right now. Plus we have soft serve, yogurt, vanilla, and chocolate and twist. And we have real chocolate jimmies.
Even after 90 years, Furlong's loves being a part of the community.
Norwood is a great town for business. They really promote businesses in Norwood. And we have such a prime location here on Route 1 that it's really hard to miss us.
Tom Furlong's recipes are still in use. and continue to make Furlongs a unique place.
Our recipes are 90 years old. We're still using the same chocolate candy recipes for our creams and caramels and stuff that we've been making for 90 years. And I think that sets us apart. So just our recipes are special compared to their recipes.
Nancy has worked at Furlongs for years and loves putting smiles on people's faces.
I work with candy. What can I not love about my job? And people coming in here are happy. It's a happy place to be. Most people walk in and it automatically, the smell in here just puts a smile on their face.
Furlongs takes pride in making their candies and delivering a quality product to the customer.
I think just that we've been a staple in Norwood for 90 years and people recognize the name. If you've spent any time in Norwood, you know Furlongs, you know that we have quality products, you know we have great ice cream, and it's just, Furlongs puts a smile on people's faces.
To learn more about Furlongs, you can visit their website, Facebook, or Instagram page.
Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your local government.
You're watching Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
Welcome back to Norwood News. The Board of Selectmen met Tuesday night with just one agenda item. Representatives from National Grid went before the board to submit an application for a grant of location to install and maintain a gas main on Hoyle Street. Following that hearing, the board discussed the warrants for the upcoming town meeting.
The first is the Moderna TIF. We have been approached by Moderna for a tax increment financing agreement. Item number 2 is the St. Streets land acquisition. As you know, in the spring we looked at the possibility of acquiring about 7 or 8 acres at the end of some of the St. Streets in South Norwood. We originally wanted to conclude that purchase at the annual town meeting. It took some time to work out the details. It would be a community preservation project. We are now ready to go forward. Article number 5 would transfer funds from the FY20 budget to the override stabilization fund. If the board remembers, we appropriated a certain amount of free cash to the school budget contingent on the override if the override did not pass, and the discussions then between the FinCom and the school committee and this board were that if the override passes, that additional allocation would not be needed, and therefore it would be returned to the general fund, or in this case the override stabilization fund. Number 14 is the acquisition of the East Walpole Cemetery. As the board is aware, several times over the last couple of probably 5 to 10 years, the East Walpole Cemetery Association has approached the town and asked the town if they'd be interested in purchasing the land. The cemetery itself is in about half in Norwood, and then there's some vacant land in Walpole. Town meeting, I believe, declined to purchase the land several years ago. I think the cost was around $1 million. They've come back and asked would we take as a gift the land that is primarily the cemetery. It's about 13 acres.
Just a reminder, the Board of Selectmen has ended their summer schedule and will be meeting weekly for the remainder of the year. The Town Meeting Rules Committee reconvened on September 3rd. Jerry Slater continued her discussion from the previous meeting about the electronic voting system that has been implemented in other communities in the Commonwealth.
It probably will be a time saver. Folks who are in this room who have been picked to be counters came up with that, and it's also going to. It also would increase the accountability to the public because the way electronic voting is done now, literally, your vote is tallied up on the screen. So in a representative town meeting, we're one of 32 communities that have representative town meetings in the Commonwealth. It would obviously give full transparency and accountability that way.
The board approved to recommend an e-vote system to the town. Their next meeting will be held on September 12th. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your schools. And I'm your host, Krista McDonald.
Thanks for joining me for another update.
It was a hard-fought battle at Murray Field.
Everybody you know and you like and you pal around with and you hang out with is here.
Your home.
Your home.
Your home. Your home.
Your home for all things Norwood.
Welcome back. This week we bring you a story from NHS students about a local convenience store that is serving up more than just groceries.
A new juice bar in Norwood is gaining popularity by mixing up a variety of healthy ingredients. Norwood resident Laura Miller says her go-to is the Green Islander.
I like it because it's got the pineapple and the spinach, so I feel like I'm getting some iron into my diet in a healthy way that tastes good.
Miller is an expecting mother, so it's really important that she pays attention to her nutrition.
I wanted a healthy breakfast and was also craving some fruits this morning.
The juice bar opened in South Norwood in May 2018, and owner Marceli Pastorio says her store is not your typical smoothie place.
The way I make things, it's not an ordinary way, how everybody makes it. It's not the cookie cutter. It's a little bit different, and every single juice smoothie that we make is unique in our own cultural way.
Pastorio says it's not just the juice blends that her customers come in for. With 6 options for bowls ranging from popular acai to mango and pineapple, there's something for every palate. There's even an avocado kale bowl.
They're all very healthy for you, low in sugar, and you choose your own toppings. We have around 18 toppings to choose from. You can have as little as you want or as much as you want.
I like it because I feel like it's healthy and I can get all kinds of fun toppings, including Nutella, which is what I added this morning.
While the bowls and toppings are always a favorite, Pastorio says she knows it's the fresh ingredients in her juices that people always keep coming back for. So if you're looking for a tasty snack or you're craving a healthy drink, stop by the juice bar in South Norwood and try it out for yourself. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Sarah Welch.
Hello everyone and welcome into the Sports Update for this week. As always, Brian Dunn here to take you through the week that was in sports, and it is underway. We got scores to report as Tri-Valley matchups were decided this week. It's been a while since we've been able to do this, but let's take you around the horn and check in on the scores. We kick things off with girls soccer taking on Bellingham this past Tuesday afternoon. In the season opener, Norwood got hot out of the gate and took care of Bellingham by a score of 9-2. Boys soccer, who won 4-2, and golf also got wins over Bellingham this past week to begin the season on a high note. Rounding out the week was a big 3-1 win from the boys soccer team against Westwood. Kane Ryan scored his 3rd goal of the season, the winning effort, and the girls fell to Westwood that afternoon as well. Field hockey got a big-time win over Ashland 5-0 this past week. Talia Frucci recorded her first shutout of the season as they prepare for a weekend matchup against Canton this Friday afternoon. Volleyball in their first match of the season drops a decision to Ashland 3-0. They'll play Millis Friday night at 5 p.m. And the football season gets underway this weekend as another chapter in a storied rivalry gets written. Due to Triple E concerns, they have bumped up the start time of the game to 4 p.m. against Walpole at Walpole High School. We'll have the recap of that game next week. All in all, it's good to have the students back and good to be back in the swing of things with fall sports. Stay tuned early next week for news on games that will be broadcasted live right here on NCM. I'll talk to you next week. Back to you, Kristen.
Thanks, Brian. If you think the Morrill Memorial Library is just a place to borrow books and reading materials, then you are wrong. With the ever-growing presence of technology, the library had to keep up with the times and provide a new service to its residents. Let's learn all about the Library of Things at the Morrill Memorial Library.
We have many practical, useful things, such as this is a popular item. It's called an OBD2 scanner. It's a diagnostic item for your car. When that engine light goes on, you plug this into your car and it gives you a code, and it comes with a book that explains the codes and what you need to fix your car. We have a die cutter and embosser, light meter, Dremel engraver, leather punch tool kit. We also have this portable turntable. You can play your LPs on it, and it also serves as a converter. You can play your LPs and transfer them to to a computer as digital music files. We have Roku streaming devices, and we also have GoPros. They're all checked out right now.
The Norwood Police Department welcomed a new officer this week. NPD welcomed Officer Justin LaRoche on Twitter with a post reading, "Officer Justin LaRoche was sworn in Tuesday at the Town Hall. Officer LaRoche is a transfer from the Hopkinton, Rhode Island Police Department where he served for 3 years. Prior to that, Officer LaRoche was a police officer in Woonsocket for 7 years. Welcome, Officer LaRoche." Also, the Norwood DPW was busy Thursday morning at the Highland Cemetery prepping roads for its upcoming stone seal project. Norwood News will continue to update you as this project progresses. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.